Hello everyone, this is Baby Brains, and today I actually wasn't going to film a video. It's really late. It's like 6:30 at night. And the video that I wanted to film wasn't even this one, but I'm just so upset and just so mad and just so that I needed to do something to distract myself. This was another video that I was planning, so it seems appropriate for this situation. This is a video using only products from Black-owned beauty businesses. And the reason that I'm putting this out there and the reason why I'm doing this, I wanted to do it anyway, but the reason why I'm doing it now instead of, later is because the grand jury decision just came out for Breonna Taylor's case, and the grand jury found that one out of the three officers is charged with reckless endangerment of the neighbors, and anyone else, the other officers involved in the shooting just was not charged. And that literally is nothing. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me because I am an attorney asking how could this possibly have happened. And the articles say that the police officer pled self-defense because Breonna Taylor's boyfriend did fire at officers before the officers fired back. But I honestly think that is just BS, and we all know what happened. And if you don't know, read the articles. I'll give you, I'm not going to sit here and give the whole breakdown of everything. It's been out there since March. But the long and the short of it is that these officers know they did wrong. These prosecutors in the DA's office know that they did wrong. This jury knows that these officers did wrong. But I don't know if it's because Breonna Taylor was a Black woman and they don't value Black people's lives as high as they value white people's lives. I don't know if it was like a back blue moment and, no one wants to be antagonizing police or anything like that for fear of either retaliation or this belief that, if you're harmed by the police or if you come into contact viciously with the police, it must be your fault. I don't know. The fact of the matter is that 3 white police officers just got away with the murder of a Black woman. And that everyone is well aware of and well aware of the fact it's all public knowledge, and yet and still they just walk scot-free. And it's just a continuation of the never-ending list of police officers not being held accountable for the harm that they do to people. And I wouldn't even go, yes, the forefront of the movement is Black people, but there are plenty of white people that have been murdered by police officers that have gone scot-free, that have walked away with nothing, not even a disciplinary thing in their own department. And it just makes me really upset and really infuriated. I'm physically angry. I understand now how a city can turn to rioting over things like that, because I literally just want to go out and burn things. That's how mad I am right now. And what makes it even more infuriating is that the Attorney General in Kentucky, so Louisville is in Kentucky, if anybody's not following geography or not from here, Louisville is in Kentucky, and the Attorney General of Kentucky is a Black man. And I am all for, I am not my race, I am my job, I need to move forward and do things. Just because, the attorney is Black or just because the judge is Black doesn't mean that all of a sudden you get off scot-free. But he just purposely has not been pressing charges, not pushing for this case, not pushing for an investigation, just nothing, has sat on his hands while the city of Louisville burns to the ground, has sat aside while police officers arrest protesters and tear gas reporters and basically institute martial law in his own state. And he sits there and then speaks at the RNDC and then gets, endorsed by Trump and all this other bull going on around something that is obviously he is pushing a political agenda and he is pushing the Republican agenda. And if you push the Republican agenda, you can't not back the blue. You have to follow everything that they follow, especially since he's from the state that elected Mitch McConnell and has continuously elected Mitch McConnell. Magically hires a black man, it must be for some reason. And the reason is that, frankly, he's an Uncle Tom. He's a Candace Owens. He's a black person that has been warped into the idea that if you follow white supremacist, because that's what Trump is, that's what Mitch McConnell is, and I wouldn't say the entire Republican Party is that, but unfortunately a lot of them are not showing themselves not to be. If you follow them, you think that you will be protected. You know what? This man has just got engaged to a white woman, which is fine. Love who you love. But just because he's married to a white woman would not stop his children from being black. And I pray that his children never have to deal with what other black kids are going to deal with in America. I hope that his son or his daughter is never pulled over. I hope that cops never raid their house. I hope that nothing like that happens to them, because he hasn't realized, and I would never wish ill will on someone, but he needs to realize that just because you spoke at the RNDC, just because you got nominated, just because you got endorsed by Trump, just because you're backing the blue, does not change the color of your skin, does not change your perspective, does not change how they will treat you when you're outside of your town, outside of your position. And so I hope that he never has to experience that. I hope his kids never experience that. I hope that he gets to continue to live in his oblivion, because him experiencing that in this day and age in this America means he will be killed. And I would never endorse or promote anyone being killed. But here we are. Breonna Taylor's killers get to walk free. Nothing is happening. And this buffoon is probably going to run for freaking office or something in the next coming election. Look out, Kentucky, if you see him all of a sudden running for senator. So the long and the short of it is, I'm guilty. And the best way to calm myself down, and honestly, I'm so upset that I'm writing things on Facebook in the hopes that people would argue with me so I can take out some frustration. So I need to calm down. So we're going to do some makeup. So if you want to see brands I use, what face I decided to do, I have no idea what I'm going to do. And just keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. Calm down. Let's relax. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Wake and Bake baking oil or face oil by Beauty Bakery, which everyone should know by now is a black-owned beauty business. But if you don't, it is a black-owned beauty business. And supposedly this oil is really good for hydration and a really good primer. So let's see. The actually funny story about Beauty Bakery, they have a flagship store in San Diego. I think it's in Mission Valley or something. They have San Diego has a bunch of random open air malls that you would think are strip malls, but no, they're malls. They're kind of enclosed, but they have no roof. It's really cute. Anyway, they are okay. First thing about this oil is, use it sparingly because it's oily. I'm just going to let that absorb for a little bit while I tell you the story. So they have a flagship store in San Diego, and years ago, maybe 2017, 2018, maybe, a while ago, I was in San Diego. I was hanging out with Boofing, and we went to this mall, and I noticed this cute little shop there. And this is before they started their foundation line, so they just had lipsticks at this point. And, I walked in, I got greeted by a store clerk. I saw these black women working there, and I'm like, oh, cool, this is cute, little lipsticks and stuff. And I took a look and I looked around, and they had their lip whips out. I think they had the illuminators at that point too. And I just looked around and I was like, oh, this is so cute. This is so nice, little like I didn't even get the baking thing yet. I didn't even understand it. All I saw was like, oh, cute little pop, like little candy, like cotton candy pink and like sky blue and stuff. Like this is nice. This is a real nice store. I like this store. Do you want to buy anything? No. And I walk and I leave. And maybe like a couple of months, or maybe even a year later, I think Beauty Bakery came up with their foundation, and all these influencers started doing reviews on the foundation and reviews on the powder, and I was just like, huh, that sounds interesting. And lo and behold, this was the store that I had just randomly walked into, and I tried to go back. I went back to San Diego at a different time, and I tried to go in the store to purchase things, and then at that point, like, everything was sold out because Beauty Bakery had exploded. So finally, I was able to get all their stuff. So, sorry, that's makeup. So to prime my eyes, I'm actually using Joy Lorraine Cosmetics. This is the light eye primer. It might be a little light for my eyelids, but let's see. It doesn't really matter, right? In the grand scheme of things, it's very thick. Yeah, this is definitely too light for me, but that's okay. I also probably should use less. This is also kind of like a first impressions, honestly, because a lot of this stuff literally just came in the mail. So we're gonna test them out. Joy Lorraine Cosmetics is another Black female owned cosmetic line. She does a lot of like lashes, lipsticks, and things like that. But she also has this eye primer, and she honestly was one of the few Black cosmetic lines that I could find, besides like Fenty and Pat McGrath and everything, that had a eye primer. So this is fine. It's like nice and thick and everything you want in a primer. I guess my only issue with it is that it is really light and I put way too much. So we're gonna try. It's a work in progress. We're gonna work with it. It's gonna be cute. Don't worry. So now on to foundation. So I'm going back to Beauty Bakery. I'm going to use their Instabake foundation. Apparently this is a new formula that is supposed to be dewy. Apparently the last foundation that they had launched, or their first foundation, had been a bit too matte. I remember reading articles and seeing reviews about that, but this one is supposed to be dewy, so let's find out. This is cute. Sorry, it has this cute little pump. Oh, by the way, I'm also using their blending eggs that come in this cute little carton. I'll do a video where like I show off all the packaging and everything, but I just need to get this out here and be calm. So I'm in the shade, I'm sorry if that was really loud. I'm in the shade 331 in, and I actually was, so because, Beauty Bakery is an Ulta, so if you wanted to go and test out your foundation shade, you can, but unfortunately, because of COVID, they blocked all the testers. So now you can't go test out your foundation. So instead what I did is that Beauty Bakery has a foundation binder, and it works two ways. One is you can find your shade based on a couple of different brands. And the other is that you can find your undertone and like your shade range and then pick from there. And honestly, this was the one, 331 in was the one that was suggested to me. I thought that it was going to be too dark for me because of, I was looking at the model, and I tend to think that I'm darker than I actually am. And so I thought that was going to be too dark for me. So I bought the next shade up, which is 330. By the way, Beauty Bakery does it that the dark to light shades, like the darkest shade is number 1 and the lightest shade is number 30, as opposed to the way that most beauty cosmetic lines do it, which is the it's flipped, and the lightest shade is one and the darkest shade is whatever, which is super cool. But yeah, the blending sponge is cool. It's a little hard. I think I gotta it's brand new. I gotta make it malleable, but it definitely spread the foundation well. Don't get me wrong. I don't know about this coverage. I feel like it's supposed to be a full coverage foundation, but it might be a medium coverage. It feels really good on the skin, but I see that there's some blemishes in here that it's not covering, and I don't know if my product is being absorbed into the sponge or what, but whatever. So yeah, I tried out those two colors, and this color matched perfectly, basically, which is the which was the color that they suggested to me. So points to Beauty Bakery. The next thing I'm going to use is the Instabake 3-in-1 concealer. This is in 012. This is in 012. This is in Jamsterdam, which is number 12. I had a really hard time deciding between. Oh, this is cute. Between Jamsterdam, the one lighter than that, which is Disturb the Peace, and 10. I forget what 10 is called. I'll write it down here on the screen. But 10 I felt was too close to my skin tone. I thought this one was not light enough because I like to, highlight as well as conceal. And then I thought 13 would be a good match. But 13 Disturb the Peace was actually just a bit too light for me. A bit too light and not enough pink. I'm used to a very pinky concealer. That's what my C9 is. So yeah, sponge is really hard. I'm not knocking it. I think I just need to. I think I'm so used to the Beauty Blender, which is much softer, and so I'm over here just ugh, what the heck? No, it's cute. If you guys hear any squeaking in the background, that is my dog downstairs preparing the revolution for the revolution with her squeaky toy. Excuse me. Next, I'm going to use the powder or the flour. Remember, it's all baking. This is Better Not Bitter in what color is this? Oh, in oat, which is basically the translucent powder. They do have a couple of different colors, a couple of different powders. They have banana powder, and they have a amber powder, and I think they have lavender powder and a straight up white powder and everything. But I got the Fenty powder. I think I used cashew in that one, or maybe the one lighter than it. And I don't really like setting my face with a powder that's my skin tone. I prefer a translucent powder. That's just me. I know a lot of dark skin beauty people really like the fact that you can have a powder that matches your skin. I can. Sorry, like I said, this stuff is brand new, so I'm just pulling the little plastic off that keeps the powder secure. So one thing that is really cool about this is that it has this little turn thing, so you can turn it so that you can't really see, but you can turn it so that your powder doesn't fall out, which I think is awesome. But now I'm going to turn it so that my powder does fall out, and I'm just going to put some in the cap. And we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy with that design because I know, especially when I travel, my powder gets everywhere, all over the cap, and you open it, and just dust bomb. We'll see. I've heard really good things about this powder. I don't anticipate not liking it. It's very light. It doesn't seem to have a lot of talc, which is good because talc has flashback. We don't want flashback. So It looks really good. So this concealer on my forehead does not look blended at all. I'm a little concerned. It's so light. It feels like nothing's on, unless I'm an idiot and not putting anything on. Like, you see that I'm putting stuff on, right? It's very light. It's very airy. I probably didn't need that much, but it doesn't feel like, you know how some translucent powders can feel very drying. It definitely doesn't feel like that. Like, honestly, like everything that I'm wearing right now, it really feels like I have nothing on, and I like it. It's really nice. I'm just trying to blend out this concealer on top. It probably won't actually blend out until I put my bronzer on. But a girl can try, right? Like, I don't know if it's like because of the lighting or whatever. I don't know if I didn't blend it right. Like, I'm gonna go with the assumption that it's something that I did. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the product. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to bronze. This is the Neapolitan bar. I think it's really cute. See, isn't that cute? It looks like a little Neapolitan bar. So I'm going to just bronze really quick. Oof, went a little heavy there. So this is a little dark. It's a little darker than what I'm used to, but that's okay. If it's looking a little patchy, that's probably it's my brush's fault. It's still, I cleaned all my brushes this morning instead of the night before because I was planning filming today, and so it's still a little wet. So I think it's kind of catching on certain places or whatever, but it's all right. This is more just for me to relax and not break out the guillotine. Um, yeah, this is on my brush, but I really like. It's like a very like powdery bronzer. Like, I don't know if you guys would be bothered by this. I'm not, but like if you dip it to the pan, it does kind of get everywhere, which like I don't care about personally. Let me just clean up my cheek a little bit because I went too far. Like I don't care personally if there's like a little bit of fallout or anything, but like if we're doing like honest reviews and like being crucial, people might have a problem with that. But yeah, me, yeah, I like this color. I like a little, I like the contrast. It fixed my whole concealer issue on the forehead. So there's that plastic. Yeah, we're good. The packaging is just so cute for this brand. Like I can't. Like honestly, I'd buy all of it purely on packaging alone. It doesn't even have to be good. It just has to have really cute packaging. Why'd I put that away when I'm obviously going to use it for blush? Um, I don't know, do these things have shade names? No. But look at it. It has nutrition facts as if it was like an actual Neapolitan bar. That's adorable. I'm just gonna go lightly into the blush. I'm not a big blush person, so blush. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. They have a highlight shade in the middle. We'll get back to that. Let's do brows. So this is from Uma. Oh, Uma. I'm still working on how to pronounce it, but this is their Pro to Go brow pencil. I got the shade. It doesn't list the shade. I'll write down what the shade is. But this is their Pro to Go pencil, and it's really cute because it has a spoolie. It has a brow highlighter, and it has, the actual brow product. So I'm going to just spoolie my brows real quick. This is cool. It has a nice precision tip. Goes on. Application is smooth, but like it has a point to it, so you can get some work done while also just filling in. And I'm just gonna test out this brow highlight. Free brow highlight. It's actually kind of funny because I went to Ulta, um, just to stock up on a couple of things, and I noticed one of the beauty advisors, because they're all wearing masks, had her eyebrows and had this really cute like highlight under. It was just under her eyebrows, like like um she wasn't wearing like eyeshadow. She just had like an eyebrow highlight. I'm like, that's a cute idea. I wonder where she got that from, and I wonder if she got it from here. I wonder if she got it from this. But yeah, so this is a cute. It's kind of like a light brown, more maybe champagne-y, goldy type of highlight. Like, I'm not mad at it. It's cute. I like it, and it goes with what I'm trying to do today. So that's cool. Eyeshadow. So eyeshadow today. So Beauty Bakery does have I think at least two eyeshadow palettes. The Breakfast in Bed palette and the Proof is in the Pudding palette. Proof is in the Pudding and sold out, and I don't like the Breakfast in Bed palette, so instead I got the Nomad by Juvia's. Is it Juvia's Place or just Juvia's? I really don't know. I honestly haven't really been paying attention to Juvia's. I know that she comes out with palettes and people like them, but I've kind of been on a downward trend of getting new palettes recently. Not recently, because I just bought a bunch of new palettes, but like before that, I was kind of trying to like not buy a bunch of palettes. So yeah, that's how that went. I have no idea what I want to do with this. It's cute, right? I got it because it's yellow, and yellow's my favorite color, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this palette. These shades have names. Nope. All right. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take this light shade right here, and I'm going to put this into the crease. Let's just see how it looks. It might be a bit too light, but yeah, it's too light. So I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it all over the lid, kind of like a setting, if you will, setting the eye. I don't know if you guys noticed that like it kind of cut, the video kind of cut, but Boofing had come in and me and him were discussing how mad I am. So now I'm freshly mad, but it just makes me so upset. And the joke is that I wanted to be an attorney. I mean, I am an attorney. I wanted to be a prosecutor when I grew up. That was the whole reason I wanted to be a lawyer. And just the more that I've learned about the criminal justice system and about the way that things work just makes me more mad. I'm going to take this sort of like yellowy brown. I'm going to throw that in the crease. Just pisses me off. It's a little more yellow than I had originally anticipated, but that is okay. We can make that work. So I have a sort of plum lip, so I don't want to do anything that would like kind of circumvent the plumness, if you will. Alright. F it. Let's take this yellow shade right here and put that on the lid. So I don't like the color in the crease, so I'm going to go into this darker brown right here. Because I put too much primer on. By the way, I'm liking how this primer is like working out. By the way, if you're keeping track, but because I put too much primer on, I need to add a bit more color to cover up the primer. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. I'll just fall out. Next I'm going to take this dark, I don't know if this, is it a dark green? Is this dark brown? Is this a plum? F it. I'm gonna take this dark green looking shade. Maybe I'll layer it. Maybe I'll put the plum down and then put the green over it. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna take this dark, kind of plummy, browny color. I don't even know what color it is, but it's fine. It's a green. Yeah, I'm just packing this on the outer corner. These shades are like very pigmented, but also very buildable, if that makes sense. It's like a very interesting combination. I like it. Just taking this brush with no product just to make sure everything's kind of blended out. So I think what I might do is that I might take this sort of sparkly lighter color in the middle and kind of put that in as like a transition between the yellow and the plum because it's feeling a bit too sharp for me. You see? It kind of makes it a little less harsh of it. I'm just gonna clean up my edges, the edges of my eyes a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line my waterline. This is Vera Moore Cosmetics. This is just a eyeliner pencil. She has a tons of different colors. I just picked black, for today's because I normally use black, but she has a ton of different colors, and they're all pencils, so it's great for you makeup artists out there that are looking for, make sure you can sanitize everything. It is a pencil. It's pretty sharp. I like it. Great pigment. It seemed like this was the only sort of black cosmetics line I could find that had eyebrow pencils. Like Joy Lorraine had eyeliner, but it was like a felt tip eyeliner, not that good, not this eyebrow pencil. And I don't like putting felt tips in my waterline. Getting a little bright. It's okay. I don't like putting felt tips in my waterline, so this was the best thing. Now I'm going to take eyeliner. This is the Beauty Bakery Lollipop eyeliner. I'm gonna try this out. It's a felt tip. I love felt tip eyeliners. I am going to go fix this transfer and I'll be right back. Okay. Now I'm going to use the Beauty Bakery Eyelash Icing Mascara. I'll do another video with like all the packaging and everything and stuff since the lighting is so bad. But I think this is so cute. I absolutely love it. It's good enough mascara. I don't think this is like my favorite, but it'll do. It's alright. Now I'm going to go into the Neapolitan bar face palette thing, and I'm actually going to take a little brush and I'm going to take this highlighter and put it right in my inner corner just to give a little pizzazz, little flip, little oomph. And then I'm going to use the same highlight to highlight my cheeks. It's real nice. Okay. I think I did it too close to my eyes, but it's okay. It's okay. Nothing matters anymore. The world is going to crap, and the government doesn't care about my life or my people's lives. Lastly, I'm going to take the Beauty Bakery Lip Whip. This is in raspberry tiramisu. It's more like a cranberry type of thing. Very vampy, very fall, you know? See, that looks nice, right? It looks like I overlined, but I definitely didn't. This applicator is great for cleaning lines. Alright, and finally, setting spray, which is the cutest. It looks like Pam, but it is the Sweet Grace baking spray, and it actually has a little prayer on it. I think it's, no, let's say it, a prayer of a sweet lover. Now I lay my brush to beats. I pray the sleigh is one to keep. I put my trust in you, Grace, to help me keep my cake face. Hashtag pray then slay. All right, I'm for it. It says shake well. It's like, no, I don't know. Beauty Bakery has like a very light formula. I kind of feel it. All right. It smells good. It's very wet. I feel like I have to push it back more, but I like it a lot. All right. I'm going to go fix my hair and change my angle and everything. And I'll be right back. Okay. So final thoughts on everything. I really liked everything. This foundation feels very light, very airy. It doesn't feel like I have a lot on. I'm gonna take some pictures and post it and everything, and I don't think I'm gonna do a check-in later. Really isn't a full review. It's more like first impressions. Maybe in the next video that I want to just be and give a better review. The eye primer is great. I like that a lot. I just need to be careful about the amount that I'm using, and yeah. So like I said, everything in this video is by Black-owned brands. I think they're also Black women. Ooh, even better. I'll have everything linked down below, including their websites and everything, instead of just like the website of the product. I'll just put the general website so you can see it. Yeah, I thank you for bearing with me and listening to my rant. I do feel a lot better now that I've gotten to come and play with some makeup and kind of relax a little bit. Definitely some more videos to come. I'm also going to link down below some places that you can donate or get involved with. And the final thing I really need to say about this whole thing is, for the love of God, vote. Vote, vote, vote. I would say vote Democrat, but that's not fair. So just vote. Whatever you do, make your voice heard. Please go out and vote. Please sign up for a mail-in ballot if you can. Please sign up for early voting if you can. Please be prepared to go out to the polls. Please, please, please vote. And if you are left-leaning, or if you're just upset over what you're seeing, vote him out of office. Vote all of the hims or hers, if that's how you feel. If that's who your enemy is, out of office. If you're Kentucky, get Mitch. And I really say this plea to get Mitch. And I'm not even saying this as like because I'm a Democrat and I'm being like, being like partisan about it. Like vote it. I guess you can't vote another Republican in, but you need to get him out of office. Whether you replace him with another Republican or a Democrat or whatever, you need to get Mitch McConnell out of office because he is abusing his power over the Senate. And I'm not saying that as a Democrat. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm mad, he's not allowing what I want. No, literally, there are 100+ bills on his desk right now that is relief for this nation. Not for Republicans, not for, red states, for this nation. Relief that everyone needs, regardless of whatever your political party is. and he's just sitting on them and not signing them. Because he's unhappy. I don't know. These are bills that got through a Republican-controlled Senate, so you can't say that, like, oh, he doesn't want to sign it because it's too liberal. Like, no, it was already agreed on. All he has to do is sign it. But he's not doing his job. He's continuously allowing the House and the Senate to go on recess, aka vacation, but it's without getting anything done for reasons I don't understand. And he is putting a chokehold on the Republican Party to the point that if you don't completely comply with the overarching ideals of the party, you get ostracized. Even so much to the point that I feel bad for a lot of young Republicans, because I think that you guys have a very good heart and a very good mind and want to do a lot of good things, but your party, aka Mitch McConnell, is curtailing you to certain standards of like the 1950s, of anti-women standards, anti-equality standards. Look, if you want guns, God, and abortion, more power to you. But he's also taking away other liberties, or arguing for liberties, or putting a stance on liberties outside of those things. So, you're in Kentucky, please get Mitch out. Everybody else, please vote. I'll link some things down below about, getting registered to vote, voting, mail-in ballots, and everything. And I'll also link some funds to help either Breonna Taylor or the Breonna Taylor movement, or Black Lives Matter. We are pro Black Lives Matters on this channel. If you didn't get that before, get it now. If that makes you unhappy, go ahead and hit that dislike button. I don't care. I had a bag. Hang on, let me get the bag. We are pro-Black, pro-brown, pro-queer, pro-trans, pro-Muslim, pro-science, pro-choice, and pro-ho on this channel. If any of that bothers you or makes you hate me, please pick up your free gift basket on the link off my channel. But other than that, I still feel riled up, but I do feel better. I appreciate you guys sitting here with me. I totally understand if you fast forward all the political jargon and just saw the picture and just saw the makeup. I'll post a fast forward version of the overall look and everything on Instagram, just in case people are done hearing about the call to action, because they've already been called to action. I get that. I'm sick and tired of hearing that. Makes me so mad. Anyway, this has gone on far too long. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.